have a past of being a terrorist. I mean, you worked for Al-Qaeda. What do you say to people in this room, in foreign capitals, about where your heart and your mind and your allegiance is now? We see...
I think that the question has a lot of issues in it and contradictions, but still I will try to answer the question. Because what is the definition of terrorism or of a terrorist? It's been 25 years of us hearing this word in the world, but there is a lot of confusion in understanding the word terrorist.
I believe you should not fear for Syrian women, fear for Syrian men.
You see elections as a means to an end for your nation, or is it about, you know, staying for a long time and consolidating all the power you can? I'm just saying because that's what happens in this part of the world a lot.
I do not believe we are ready right now to undertake elections, parliamentary elections, but still we did this in a way that is compatible with the transition phase. Declaration, until we have a final constitution, gave the current president a mandate of 5 years, and then there will be elections.
You are, I guess, the first Democrat with a small d who says you want to have participatory government, you want to have rights for everybody, you want to be a president for everybody, and you want Syria to be a nation of laws and civil society. That's hard. It's very hard. There are a lot of people who are wondering whether you do actually, because you know in this part of the world some people get into power and stay forever. Do you see elections as a means to an end for your nation, or is it about, you know, staying for a long time and consolidating all the power you can? I'm just saying because that's what happens in this part of the world a lot.
Syria is not a tribe. Syria is a country, a developed country with rich ideas. Of course, there are differences, as is the case with many authorities around the world. We know that the authority is always linked to the culture of the country and what happens before this authority came into power. The Syrian system is based on elections. Maybe elections were used in the wrong way, let's say, in the previous times. And I do not believe we are ready right now to undertake elections, parliamentary elections, but still we did this in a way that is compatible with the transition phase. And I think that the principle of people choosing their leaders is a basic principle. It is even a part of our religion in Islam. We rulers have to gain the satisfaction of the majority of people in order to rule properly. So this is what we believe in, and I think that this is the suitable path for Syria. I think that Syria should not be, or building Syria should not be linked to people or individuals, but rather institutions. This is a challenge for the 4 or 5 years to come, because we are rebuilding the country, rebuilding our laws, redrafting our laws, while relying on the rich cultural heritage of Syria that dates back to thousands of years. So I think that Syria will move forward on this path, and it is a healthy and good path. Building institutions in Syria will guarantee the continuity of the state, not relying on people, because a person can fall sick, they can die, so you cannot link a whole people to one person. That is very risky. Even developed countries that still have kingdoms today have their systems, their institutional systems. So it is not wrong for a country to be a kingdom, but Syria is in a different place. It is a republic. So whether it is a kingdom or a republic, the important part is to have an institutional system that does not rely on people.
Like a broad idea of when we'll have actually proper representative elections, like for a president or a prime minister. You say it takes a while, but how long would you say?
After the liberation of Damascus, we organized a national conference. And we have a declaration for the constitution as a result of this. This declaration, until we have a final constitution, gave the current president a mandate of 5 years. And then there will be elections. During these 5 years, many laws will be enacted. And the constitution also will be drafted during these elections. And it will be presented during this period, and it will be presented to the people. So the constitution, as you know, will be the main source of power. So I would say in 5 years. There's already 1 year that's gone, so we still have 4 years.
And finally, as you know, you have a past of being a terrorist. I mean, you worked for Al-Qaeda. What do you say to people in this room, in foreign capitals, about where your heart and your mind and your allegiance is now? We see that in parts of Syria, not only, the T word, but also the Islamic Caliphate word. Okay, there's no Islamic Caliphate in Syria. Women seem to be fairly liberated in quite a lot of the areas. Where do you see your history and how you deal with this country going forward in terms of the rights of women? What would you say to maybe some guests sitting in this room who have yet to fully empower and some who absolutely deny women's rights?
أعتقد السؤال فيه كثير من
I think that the question has a lot of issues in it and contradictions, but still I will try to answer the question. Saying that I was a terrorist and judging me as a terrorist is politicized. You know that there are many politicized opinions today. Judging on people as terrorists need to be proven, because what is the definition of terrorism or of a terrorist? It's been 25 years of us hearing this word in the world, but there is a lot of confusion in understanding the word terrorist. Terrorists, in my opinion, are those that kill innocent people, children and women, and that use illegitimate means to harm people. If we try to extrapolate this description on several countries in the world, we find that the number of victims in Gaza, 60,000 people, most of them are innocent. The Syrian regime during or along 14 years has killed more than 1 million persons in Syria, and until now you have 250,000 disappeared persons with their destinies unknown or their fate unknown. We have liberated all prisons, but we still do not know anything about these people. And this person is not called a terrorist, or this regime is not called a terrorist. We saw wars in Afghanistan, in Iraq. All of those that were killed were innocents. And it is the killers that describe others as terrorists. So I think that after 25 years, people are now more aware about who is a real terrorist and who deserves to be called a terrorist.
أما على الصعيد الشخصي.
Now, on a personal level, I have never harmed a civilian. I fought on several fronts, and I fought for more than 20 years with honor. On the contrary, I used to put myself in danger and all of those with me in danger so that civilians are not put in danger. And the last battle that you saw while you were sitting here in Doha, and you said that the agenda was deviated, I think that it was a merciful battle. Have you ever seen a terrorist that prepares a whole plan for 11 days to enter big cities like Aleppo, Deir, Raqqa, Damascus, Latakia, Tartus, and Suwaida without one person being harmed? We were in a military battle that should normally kill people or lead to people dying, but there's nobody that left these villages and these cities. We broke the doors of prisons with our own hands. We are the ones that liberated people from the Saidnaya prison, where the bones of people used to be burnt with acid. However, dual standards sometimes change things, but I think that reality prevailed, or the truth prevailed at the end, and people now know that this description is not accurate. That is why I am no longer listed as a terrorist by the Security Council.
And you'll guarantee women's rights, that's a separate question, but women are fully empowered.
No.
There are a number of headlines that are being circulated, but women are empowered sort of automatically in Syrian communities. When we were in Idlib, we actually established a major university in the city, a major university with roughly 26,000 students, 2/3 of whom were women, and women were studying at those universities so that they could later join government institutions as employees or join the job market. So I believe Syrian women are empowered, their rights are protected and guaranteed, and we constantly strive to ensure that women are fully participating in our government and our parliament as well. And I believe you should not fear for Syrian women, fear for Syrian men.